You learned everything by yourself.
Yes, we didn't really. I mean, some of it through the help of friends. Like the fire spinning stuff, we did have people who like were experienced and kind of show us like, oh, by the way, here's how you do this and not burn yourself to death. So that'd be great.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, guys. It's episode number 8 and also the first episode of season 2 and also the first episode where I have a co-host, Antonio.
Hi.
And also, I think this is also the first podcast with 2 guests, Brooke and Deven.
Hi, I'm Brooke.
I'm Deven.
What's your guys' business name?
CerceauSisters.
CerceauSisters.
Wait, okay, try again, okay? CerceauSisters.
I didn't know how to pronounce it.
My brother calls it CerceauSisters because he doesn't know how to pronounce it either.
My family just says CerceauSisters. Close enough.
I think you guys also have the biggest following that's been on the podcast so far, too, combined. What's your guys' following combined? Like, personals and your...
God.
It's like 90-something thousand, right?
She makes up 95% of it.
With all of my social media, it's probably 1 million right now.
She's definitely over 1 million.
Dang.
And then, yeah.
How'd you get it up there? How'd you get it up?
Here you go.
How'd you get it up there?
So, it was an accident. I
You
really...
accidentally got 67,000 followers?
Okay, Instagram, I worked, like, pretty hard to make, like, quality content, but I kind of just said, you know what, I'm just going to post whatever I want. She actually got me to, like, do TikTok, and that's where I got a ton of followers.
On your first freaking video.
My first video went viral, and I actually had some really crazy contacts, or people contact me. And after that, it was just being shared, like, everywhere. And then now I'm sitting at, like, 830K on TikTok. And then a lot of those followers follow me on Instagram, too.
So you just do, like, really cool stuff, basically.
Just hula hoop
Like,
stuff.
hula hooping
And
stuff.
I
That's
try
really
to
cool
post
stuff.
fire.
Which, do both of you do, like, the fire? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fire
what
spinning.
Yes.
Just say
Fire
fire
spinning?
spinning, yeah.
Fire
Okay,
spinning.
Y'all both do, like, fire spinning? Is there
Yeah.
anything else y'all do other than hula hooping and fire spinning?
Lyra, the standing Lyra, which you guys will see later today when we
Lyra?
do a shoot. We're going to set it up. It's a whole, like, Lyra pole. So we're going to be doing some cool stuff on that.
Oh, that's it?
Well, yeah, right.
That's
whatever.
a lot of stuff. How long did it take y'all to, like, train that kind of stuff?
so
How long, like, is it... When did y'all start... Sorry, just say... Just tell us the story.
So, I mean, we kind of started, like, the hula hoop journey in high school, and we just wanted to try a bunch of stuff. We've taken classes for it before, but we just got it and just started training on it, like, a little more, but we do have a little bit of, like, past experience.
Oh, are you asking about the fire and Lyra or the hula hoop stuff?
Just... I don't know, whatever you want to
Okay,
talk
okay.
about. Like, let's start with hula hooping, because I know you've done that.
Yeah.
You did that before you did the other stuff, right?
Yeah. We've been doing, like, hula hooping for, like, literally, like, 7 years now. Both of us were basically around the same time, 7.5 maybe. But, so we both started, and we decided to, like, do stuff together. And then we kind of, like, grew, like, we didn't grow apart. Well, no, to say the least. We just didn't really do it together anymore for a while.
Sorry, what were you saying?
And then we're back. And then we just started hanging out again around her birthday a couple years ago, and so then we started hula hooping together again. So hula hooping's been 7 years, and we taught ourselves completely, basically everything we know. We just learned from YouTube tutorials, and then everything else as...
You learned everything by yourself.
Yes, we didn't really, I mean... some of it through the help of friends. Like, the fire spinning stuff, we did have people who, like, were experienced and kind of show us, like, oh, by the way, here's how you do this and not burn yourself to death, so that'd be great.
Yeah.
We kind of taught ourselves everything on Lyra that we know, as far as, like, the standing Lyra, which, again, we'll show you guys later. But that, we literally just kind of put it up, and we were like, okay, let's try some things.
Try some cool moves.
All right, so now that we know you guys, another part of the second season is I got new questions. At the beginning of all my podcasts, I asked people to pick 3 random numbers between... At first, it was 1 through 100, because that's how many questions I had, and then you would answer those random questions, get the juices flowing.
Okay.
But now it's only 50. I have 50 questions.
Okay.
So, you guys can do the same 3 numbers, or you can do 6 numbers if you want to go that long, but...
28.
28? 28. If you were given $5 million to open a small museum, what kind of museum would you create?
A circus museum?
Yes.
Circus.
Absolutely.
We just watched Greatest Showman last night, so
I've never seen that. I've still never seen that.
we watched it for the first time together last summer.
Which kind of like really inspired our
This is
business.
that's what really inspired us to start.
Shout out to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, shout out to Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron.
That's
Another
big.
number?
Another number.
Huge Ackman.
12.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we feel like your life depends on it.
I know.
Like deal or no deal. Case number 5.
What invention doesn't get a lot of love but has greatly improved the world?
You know what?
Hula hoops.
Any input?
Toilets.
Air fryers.
Air fryers?
I love my air fryers so much.
Air fryers are pretty
What do you
good.
make with air fryers?
Everything. I just basically, I replaced my oven basically. I mean, I didn't really replace it. I still have an oven.
Just pours cake mix.
Lauren
and
made
eggs.
this chicken with cream cheese and spinach in the air
Yes!
fryer.
I didn't make it in the air fryer, but I have made that. That's
It
like
was
super
so
delicious.
good.
I just got into this habit of now, like every time I want to cook, I just like it's so nice. Like you literally just throw all your ingredients in there.
Yes.
And then you just press some buttons and like it's done. And you're like,
I know this is about you guys, but I've been on keto, I've been roasting cauliflower and broccoli, and I put spices on there,
Oh, that's
and they're all nice
perfect.
and roasted, and they're just nice and crispy, and they're so good, and it's a healthy snack.
and you just like don't have to worry about like turning.
It's a
I don't know.
healthy
I don't like ovens. Ovens are so complicated sometimes. Like I
There's
don't.
like 5 buttons
I-
on it.
Shut up.
I make most of
I
my
know.
stuff in a toaster oven anyway, because they're complicated.
Cause you gotta wait for it to preheat. Listen, here's why. No, this is why.
I'm not
Listen, I'm
understanding.
really passionate about this. Okay, ovens are so stupid. You gotta wait like 20 minutes for it to preheat, right?
Okay.
Obviously never had an easy bake oven.
Okay. Anyways, you gotta wait 20 minutes for it to preheat, which I am so impatient. And then
Does your oven take 20 minutes to reheat?
preheat sometimes,
All
yeah.
of them do. Mine does.
Really? It takes that long?
10 to 20, okay.
Depends on how high.
10 to
Depends
20.
on how high. You
I
put
might
the
be exaggerating.
temperature.
It could be 5, and I'm just a baby. Like.
It depends on how high you put the temperature.
Yeah, exactly. And so, anyways, and then I burn everything I put into the oven anyway. Because I always forget the timer and to set a timer. And then I just gave up on ovens. And so the air fryer changed my life.
Because it has a built-in timer.
So too.
That's it. I just press some buttons and it shuts it off for me.
So what percentage of that would you say is user error?
I know. I didn't realize everybody else didn't
So
have this
funny.
hatred to ovens. Look at
Okay, do you guys have a third number?
19.
What was cool when you were young but isn't cool now?
Hula hooping?
Is that your answer to everything?
Yes.
Never shout never. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my God.
Never shout
I know,
never.
I'm
It's
just
still
kidding. I love
cool.
it, but you know what I mean? That whole phase. The whole phase wasn't. The whole phase was cool. It's not cool
What are you
now.
talking about? What are you talking about?
Emo phase.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
scene never dies.
You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know, I don't know. Gauchos? Those like flare pants?
Oh, bell bottoms? Like you're talking
No,
about,
the like
Like the
The
rave
yoga.
pants. The what?
like the yoga gauchos? I don't even know if I'm saying that
I'm
right.
pulling up a picture.
Please do.
Yoga
Gauchos.
gaucho.
Let's see. How do you
Sounds like
spell
some kind of new healthy like fruit juice drink or something.
No, I always had like one outfit that was like gauchos and that little monkey
Wait,
that's like
it? Craft
sassy.
paint came up when I. Okay, so it's clearly not the right thing.
Maybe I don't know the word, but
I like your description. I feel like you inscribed your personality into your description of what you used to wear. That's really great. That's good stuff.
Are you talking about like the flare yoga pants?
yeah, like
Oh, okay. I'm dumb. Hi.
I don't know what they're
I
called.
know what you're talking about. Just basically like yoga pants, like that. Like I know what you're talking about
like the giant like flip flops with them, you know. Yeah, those are cool to me, but they're not anymore.
I'm not aware of what they're talking about.
It sounds cool.
I don't know. In Alaska, that's like literally all anybody at school wore was like the sassy monkey shirt with like the bubble, you know. I don't know.
I guess that's a good transition. You're from Alaska?
Yes. Actually, so I'm a military brat, so we lived in Alaska for 4 years, and it's probably my favorite place to live.
Why is it your favorite?
There was just so much to do. We were always like outside. I got to see the northern lights. There was always moose in my front yard, bears walking.
You saw the northern lights in Alaska? What was that like?
It was incredible. We went to Wasilla and we sat on top of like my friend's roof, and her whole family was just laying on the roof, and it was so dark, but when the lights were just like going across the sky, it was probably the most beautiful thing.
Really?
That's one of my bucket list photos.
That's my one dream vacation. I want to go see the northern lights.
Really?
Yeah. That's really awesome.
I loved it.
That's really awesome to hear. Moose. What's a moose like? What's something to know about a moose?
They're huge.
Does it stop recording?
No, the light in the closet keeps going on and off with its sensor and their cameras and
Sorry, what were you saying?
Moose were huge, and like they were so cute but so scary.
They could kill you.
Yeah, they were like taller than our trees. Like they were taller than our doors. So
they're bigger than you think.
Yeah,
They're scary. If you see one in the wild, it's a little terrifying, actually.
like the babies
And
look
they-
like deers here.
They charge too, don't they?
Mhm.
Yeah, so actually, the school I went to, there were 3 kids who threw snowballs at some,
You
and
can just
only 2
talk
of
about
them
it.
survived. So
What?
Yeah,
Only one of them survived?
2. One of them ended up getting trampled to death.
What?
And
A child.
kid.
A
They were
kid?
throwing
human-
snowballs. Yeah.
Child? Oh, that's yikes! You're like have the time
Like,
of
you
your
don't
life
think-
as a kid having a
Yeah.
snowball fight.
I mean,
The moose just comes out. That's so awful.
yeah.
Oh, that is the worst.
Well, they were throwing snowballs at the moose, and the moose had a
Oh.
baby with it. So
Oh.
it's kind of like a big thing in Alaska. Like if there's a baby, like
Don't mess with the moose.
obviously don't even try to approach it. Like we got to skip school sometimes because like there'd be moose in our front yard, and we just like take a picture, like hey. But it was pretty crazy. Actually, when I moved to Texas, so one thing we were told in Alaska was like to hug a tree when there's a moose around because they're like supposedly colorblind. So when I saw like a huge deer, I hugged a tree. People thought I was so weird, and I was like, why aren't y'all hugging a tree? Like, what? But that was my first experience with like a deer.
Yeah, I hear that's really cool. I hear that polar bears are like that. They will attack humans relentlessly, and they don't because they're like the alphas there.
Yeah.
Nothing eats them, so when humans go down there, they just run up and eat them and
It's
kill
almost,
them.
it's like almost, at least like a polar bear is like predictable though, because you know, bears, like they're you're just kind of taught like from a young age, like that's a bear, like
Yeah.
get the F away from that, like your bears will kill you if
Mhm.
you're not careful. But like a moose, you know, I just grew up thinking like, oh, moose are awesome, like, you know, and then I go
Yeah.
to Colorado, I actually, that's where I saw a couple, was in Colorado, I went camping, and there was one, like, we were on a campground, we went to like the, so we like go to the bathroom and we come back, and my grandma, who like was one who took us camping, she was like, shh, you know, like you would have thought there was a bear, and that's what I thought, you know, I thought there was like, she was freaked out, she's like, don't move, and I'm like, what, like, what's going on, and she's like, there's a moose by our tent, like, it was kind of like doing its thing, like sniffing around our tent, and I was like, oh, cool, and then my second reaction, I saw it, and I really saw how big it was, and I was like, oh, oh, and I was like, well, why don't, like, what's the problem? She's like, it can kill you. And I was like, I'm sorry, it can kill you. And I was like, oh, and then I was deeply afraid. And then we had to end up, like, leaving and waiting, like, about an hour for it to, like, completely leave and before we were allowed to go back over to that area, so, yeah.
I think I was like more scared of the bears in Alaska than I was the moose, honestly.
Well, I mean, I would hope so.
It was just like you saw moose so often that it was like, oh, like a moose. And then whenever you saw a bear, we actually had a bear walk into our the emergency room on base or something, and because they had a sliding door, so the bear just walked in. It was crazy. It was crazy.
What is Alaska?
Yeah. Have y'all heard of the Russian River? And also, like, there's this really popular river to go fishing at, and there's tons of salmon, and bears will literally go up and take the salmon from you. Literally just, like, go into your cooler. Like, you just have to let them because
Yeah.
They're the
What
boss.
are you gonna do? They're bears.
yeah. But they would steal, like, all of your fish, and it was so terrifying all the time because you could just be fishing and there's, like, a bear walking right there, and you're like, oh my god, like, nobody else is panicking, and it's just, like, a bunch of, like, burly dudes outside, like, fishing, like, oh, there's a bear. And I'm, like, running into the water and freaking out, and everybody's like, what's her problem?
You ever seen a bear climb a tree?
No.
Yeah.
They can climb. I learned this from The Office. They can climb trees faster than they can run.
Bears.
Battlestar. Yeah, they I saw a bear climb a tree. I saw this video. It just hopped right and up to the top, like literally faster than it can run. It was the craziest thing. I was like, wow. Yeah, if you don't climb a tree because it will get you easily.
Is that the Goodbye Michael episode? When he's talking about the salami in his pocket?
No, it was the episode.
You are a meat.
You are a salami to a bear. No, I don't remember what episode it was from.
Ah, man. Yeah. Cool, Alaska. You're from San Antonio.
I mean, basically, I've lived here my whole life almost. I mean, I was born in Chicago, and then my dad just kind of kept moving around New York, Virginia, Dallas, and then San Antonio when I was 7 or 6. So, yeah, San Antonio. That's it. I think that is interesting.
We were both born in California and moved to
Oh,
San
yeah.
Antonio.
I forgot, but what parts of California are you guys born in?
I was born in Lancaster, just
Lancaster.
like an hour outside of LA. And you were born
I was born in Orange, California.
Orange County?
Orange.
Or Orange?
Orange.
Oh, nice.
Isn't Orange in Orange County?
I don't know, is it?
I think so.
You know California, I don't.
Oh, you'll like this. I was 5 minutes away from Disneyland.
Okay, so
Fine
yeah,
with
yeah, Anaheim, almost like Anaheim, that area. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking
Yeah.
about, yeah. Okay, then I know exactly what we're talking about now.
Yep.
So we're pretty similar. We're both best friends that both have our own businesses. We do the camera. You guys do the
We're
hula hoop
on the
and
camera.
circle stuff. That's pretty cool. It was
We're really
it was
excited.
inevitable that we were gonna meet up.
Exactly. No, we're really excited because a lot of the time, honestly, like we've kind of been balling on a budget with everything lately.
Yeah.
And we just invested a lot into merchandise that we're about to like kind of launch.
Merchandise.
Like within the next, or we're launching like hula hoops. Like probably we were supposed to launch it last night. We just kind of forgot.
You're
We
telling
put
me we're
a
not gonna
lot
get
of work
hula
into
hoop?
it.
You're telling me we're not gonna get a hula hoop?
I'm so sorry. They're $30 each. Like it's expensive, but we're launching later. We're hoping to launch. We don't want to give too much away, but like basically like
Mid-Feb.
apparel, like maybe like like apparel, but like
Yeah.
especially for hula hoopers.
I've been working on that apparel for camera people.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
trying to-
Honestly, Brooke, if anyone's gonna get me into hula hooping, it'd be you guys.
Yes.
So if I'm gonna buy a hula hoop, I'm gonna buy it from y'all, not like a hula hoop from Walmart or whatever. 'Cause I don't know anything about
We have the
it.
best quality.
Yeah.
And we're naming
Do
them
you
all
want
really
to get
cool
into
names.
hula hooping?
I said if I wanted to.
So we have two
It
blue.
would be y'all to convince me. Sorry, what you
It's a good workout.
All good. It is a good workout. So we're gonna have two blues. I'm excited, and we're gonna name the lighter blue Brooke's Tears. So like I got my new hula hoop that shine Brooke's Tears, and then the darker blue is
Deven's
Deven's
Tears.
So you gotta get the collection.
I just feel like my soul's a little darker.
Yeah,
So like-
exactly. So exactly. We're gonna also have one for Shrek. We're just
For
like
Shrek.
we're so excited to like name these things ourselves because we're gonna like put the like I don't even know.
I was
There's
gonna-
gonna be our personalities into these hula hoops. You know?
I was gonna say why don't
It's
you have?
amazing.
I was gonna say why don't you have a Disney one, but then Disney owns everything and
I
So-
made so many
you would
already.
get
Actually-
destroyed.
She has an answer for it. This is amazing.
Actually,
You don't want to.
we don't want to give too much away either. This is like later down the line, but we're hoping to. Disney does have like a lot of ownership over everything, but as far as Etsy and like shop goers, as long as we don't say the word Disney or say their names, say like here's our new Peter Pan like themed hoop. No, say like Lost Boy, because they don't have the term Lost Boy. Like they don't have
Yeah.
that trademark. They don't have those terms. Like those really like loophole terms like Lost Boy, like like themed things.
Certain favorite cartoon mouse.
Doing unspeakable acts. I'm sorry. I was about to start
On a
quoting The
certain
Office too.
cartoon duck.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. But yeah, so but that's something we're looking into, and but we have a whole other thing that we're more like not more excited, but like we're really excited to do first. That like is going to be kind of a surprise. So we're gonna start talking about that soon, but we don't want to get too much.
So you guys already have. You guys are so excited about this, and there's something that y'all are even more excited for.
Yes, like, I mean, like, we literally, you know how you send, like, voice chats instead of texting? We can't even text because we get so excited that we have to send a voice chat, and half the time it's, like, us screaming, like, oh my god, guess what I just thought of for this, this, and this, and then we've been so excited to launch everything, and we put a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of money into it.
So
this is our baby.
Yes. So the moral of the story is we've invested a lot into this, into our budgets. And
now we're poor.
So we've been having to do a lot of our own. We've been having to do a lot of our own pictures and videos. It's so bad.
We'll be like, oh.
So bad. Like we are not. I mean, we're not photographers. Like there's no other way to put it. We're not photographers.
We're already like marketing strategists, like merchandise manufacturers.
We think we can do these things, and then we can't. We try our best, and then so we're just really excited to be working with you guys today because I think you guys are gonna have a much better than us with our phone. Like, okay, can you like suck it in, like just a little bit?
Putting on a self timer.
More booty. Thank you.
Putting on a self timer.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
over there.
No, we've even gone as far as just straight up having it video record and then screenshotting the
Oh
parts
my
that we
gosh.
like that is the level of like
Sometimes
amateur
it be
we've
that
been
way.
on.
But I mean, like, it just shows how, like, dedicated we are, you know? Like, we'll still get it done, regardless of how terrible it may be.
Honestly, guys, you guys, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say we did the same thing. I started out on a little tiny blue Canon Power Shot.
Yes.
Like that, just garbage. Literally, the shutter fell apart into pieces. Just
Oh
like,
my
each little thing.
God.
I was like, what the?
I started on my Galaxy S6, which is a Samsung, which is Android. And it's not today's Android. Like, today's Android, their cameras are pretty good. But, like, it was the Android of, like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Those were not good cameras. I was just going to say, like, y'all are so awesome with y'all's content. Like, we definitely, like, we're going to, obviously, like, we're going to try to help with quality and whatnot. But, like, I'll, like, literally, like, talk about y'all all the time. Like, I'll be, like, me and Garrett talk about y'all all the time. We talk about, like the other day, I was talking to my girlfriend Lauren. Like, look at this video of her like flipping a hula ball around. Like, this is awesome. I don't even know like how to do that. I don't even know. No, so what I'm trying to say is like the content is amazing.
Thank
y'all are
you.
just gonna keep driving more and more business up with the content that y'all make.
Thank
That's
you
the
so
goal.
much.
Thank you.
That actually means a lot.
That makes us feel a lot better.
And at the same time, you guys are in school too, right?
Yes, full-time
Yes.
students.
We ended up tacking on an extra class, so instead of the normal 4 full-time, we're both taking 5 classes.
What are you guys going for with your?
Mine is in marketing, so this is like a perfect way to just really learn what I'm learning. I went into marketing originally because I'm not gonna lie, my parents kind of talked me out of an art degree, so I really wanted to do performance arts, and they were like, "No, get a business degree." So I was like, "Okay, like saying marketing," but it's just been fun with having my like working on my marketing degree because everything that we learn in class, I'm just able to turn around and be like, "Dude, like here's something we gotta start doing," or like, "Oh my God, this is like an amazing idea," because you know I'm in a business college at Texas State, and I'm like, and it's supposed to be like a really good school, but whatever. Or at least
supposed to be.
the McCoy College. Apparently, I've heard really good things. Like that's why I decided to apply because like it's supposed to be like one of the better like business schools, you know, in Texas. And so far I'm like, dang, like I really like learned so much. And so yeah, long story short, I'm going to school for marketing.
I'm doing game development and production. And
really?
I really want to continue into computer programming.
You should make a hula hooping game.
Everybody says that, like a Just Dance hula hooping game. I feel like that would take so much. I love survivor horror.
Mm-hmm.
I love gore. I love everything.
We talked about this like a little bit before the podcast. Are you a gamer? Like, what do you do? Like,
Yeah, so I love gaming. Like, that's pretty much my hobby. I love that I can do, like, my passion with Brooke, and, like, this, we're turning it into a business to where, like, I'm going to school for a backup, which is also another hobby. So literally, if you put me in front of one of my favorite games, like I will not get up, and that's why I have to limit myself.
PC or console?
Both.
Really?
hmm
What do you play on PC?
PC, I've just been playing Rust and Modern Warfare a lot.
Okay.
But
That's really cool.
I like to do console for like all my survivor horror games, honestly, because I just like to chill and sit back. And my first tattoo was Resident Evil. I have a secret Fortnite
Resident
tattoo.
Evil. You ever played Resident Evil? Oh man.
I watched that.
That's a good game. That game has a story and a half.
I love Resident Evil so much. I have a BioShock tattoo. Like, I just love video games so much, and it's
That's
so
really
fun.
Awesome.
It's just like I was telling her on the way over here. I'm like, man, I can't do anything in the world without thinking like, okay, if this were a video game, this environment right here would point me in this direction, and like, it's just so cool to see the world as a video game. So, yeah.
I want to play
That's
Second
really
Life. I want to play Second Life.
Right?
Everything about me is the exact same, except I can fly.
I think it's funny that like video games, every time you make a character, you kind of make it to reflect you, and really like this is your chance to be different. But I'm always like, no, she has to have brown eyes like me.
I always try to make my characters look just like me.
It's so funny.
I don't know. Let's see. Anything else you want to say now? That's the end of the podcast. I'm just kidding. A little bit before the podcast, you were talking about the hula hooping community. Would it?
Scandal.
I'd kind of like to compare that to the camera.
Scandal.
I'd kind of like to compare that to the camera community. If we could go back.
Yeah,
To that. What's hula hooping like?
It's a lot of
The
scandal.
community.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Scandals,
lot
really?
of like, I don't know how to say it without like
I don't
getting.
speak for the brand. No, I'm just kidding. I no longer associate myself with any kind of hula hooping right now, as we're about to go into this topic.
Can you tell us about the good parts?
Okay, actually, yeah. You know what? Yes, this is our time. We're about to brag about all of the amazing people we have met.
It's just very cutthroat, though.
It can be.
It can be.
It can be so cutthroat.
A
And
lot of it can be like fake positivity because hula hooping is meant to like incorporate like flow, body movement, like healthy living, but there's a lot of like toxic positivity that I've seen like at festivals, at like flow events, honestly, like even with people I considered like close friends, it's very competitive in a way.
yeah.
That seems the way for a lot of like entertainment sects of like
It
type
is.
of stuff. Yeah.
It really is.
It's so
Well-
different for photography. Like, we'll be downtown, there's like 50 photographers just standing next to each other, like trying to get it. Like, I could probably walk in front of their camera and take the photo, and they'd be like,
Yeah, one thing.
"You have
I'll
a
say
business
is-
card?"
Is that like there's like this new wave of like younger photographers and they shoot. Everyone shoots digital and they're really cool about shooting film, but like they're just like very inclusive. They want to help people and stuff. Like old head photographers, like older photographers, they won't talk to you. They won't do anything. They won't. It's just them and their job, and they're not gonna talk to you. You can't come up to them ever. But
And like honestly,
Like, the
that's
younger
something we're
generation.
trying to change. Like
Mhm.
within, at least, I mean, I've had a lot of friends in the community and stuff, but we definitely want to make it more like inclusive and less of like.
We found that we've just found a lot of like fake positivity, like she said, toxic and fake positivity, like people who, they seem like they have your best interest and they want to help you, and then you kind of, I don't want to say peek behind the curtain, but you kind of see something that they do, and then you're like, you didn't want to help me, like this is about you, this isn't about me, and like it's just sad.
Especially because like we do a lot of like online stuff, like. Basically, CerceauSisters has been all online because of COVID and stuff.
Mhm.
So, we are trying to portray, like, our best selves, but at the same time, we're trying to be, like, very real about it.
Yeah.
And, like, connectable.
Yeah, but a good thing that I have loved about this hoop community that we have found, we have made so many friends. When we started doing our classes, our online classes, oh my god, we've, like, right off the bat, we had people who started just coming back to our classes, like, signing up as soon as we just announced, like, oh, hey, we have another one coming up in a couple weeks, and they would sign up right away, and, like, they have comments at every workshop, and it's come to this point where it's, like, not only do we appreciate that, like, they're showing up for us, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's a little, like we had one class where, like, it was, like, very minimal people, and we're kind of like, oh, I mean, cool, but, like, like, it's whatever, but then we have classes that are, like, really big, too, so there's a lot of people at the same time, I like either one because one gets more intimate, the other one, you know, like it's more inclusive for everybody. But we see the same people now, like a lot of the time, and it's always so exciting to see them. And then when like we see something change in their background, we notice, and like, you know, we just love cheering them on and seeing them progress, like, because we've been doing this for a couple months now, and then seeing them progress, like where they were like 5 months ago versus now, it's like,
and like coming out of their shell and
Yes.
being like more like, ooh, I'm doing this trick instead of like, oh hi, like we love it.
we have a couple girls who, I'm sorry, like one last thing, yeah, like we have a couple girls who, you know, they first logged on, and like we would say, hey guys, if you guys have any questions, like feel free to like let us know, ask us, and you know, they were kind of like really shy, like, hey, can you please show me how to do that again? And we're like, oh yeah, sure, let's do it. And now, like, you know, they get onto these, you know, they get onto the classes with us, and they're like, how are you guys doing? And we're like, we're doing great, how are
We're doing like
you?
weird dances and like,
And then they dance weird with us, and we're like, thank you.
y'all messed up by having us on a podcast.
Yeah.
Here you go. Talking about something we like y'all messed up.
Take it away. Take it away.
I had a question about like the equipment and stuff. Like, so like with our photography, like it gets wicked expensive.
Oh,
like,
I no doubt.
like
yeah.
you could buy like a $5,000 lens, like without even like
Yep.
it's bad. Like that's just the lens, not the body. Like it's. Does it get expensive? Like do hula hoops get up there?
Yes.
And
Honestly,
what makes them get
yeah.
up there? Like what do you add to
So-
a hoop to make it?
Basically, the hula hoop in general, like, I remember buying my first hula hoop, and I was like, $35, not including shipping. Like,
That's just for
Like your
regular
professional
equipment.
hoop, like first professional hoop?
for just a polypro hoop, which is like a light tubing, really pretty. But, you know, like, when you're not a hula hooper and you're starting out, you're like, this is a hula hoop. This is a kid's toy from, like, Walmart for $2, you know?
Yeah.
So you don't think about it, but it's like, the tubing gets expensive, like the time and materials that go into it. And then, like, as far as like aerial equipment, I mean, we've put thousands of dollars into it already, and we're still fresh, like 6 months old. So it's very, very expensive. I think sometimes.
What's your most expensive hula hoop, Deven? Tell them, and why.
So I have a $480 hula hoop. I have four. I have four $480 hoops.
Wow. What's
But-
the benefit of that?
So they're smart hoops. They're really awesome. You can connect them all. They have like apps that go to them.
Remote
You can,
controls.
yep, you can program them.
Really?
We can put our logo on
You
it.
can put any design you want to.
It's
They
amazing.
have touch
That's
ID.
really cool.
Then we have HD and all that.
Her mood hoop, actually, one of her mood hoop future pro designer, whatever, future pro designer, whatever. There's actually a whole section on it where it's just Pokemon.
For Pokemon.
It's just Pokemon, and it shuffles through like the Pokeballs and Pikachu's face, and you see the design as it's coming around, like trailing.
Oh,
So
that's
maybe you
really
guys will
cool.
see that tonight too, since
Mhm.
we're doing a shoot with the mood hoops, anyways.
That's really cool.
It's like Tesla. It hoops
All right,
itself.
do you have to go soon? Should we end the podcast
How long have we been going?
for a while?
I think as long as we end it by 5, we should be
What time
fine.
is it right
Okay.
now? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Oh.
So,
Oh, what?
you,
No,
okay. I wanted to ask about your like Disney shirty. So I've been following you on Instagram for a while.
Take it.
And now that I have an actual excuse to talk to you, like what have you been what you been up to since high school?
I know, right?
Alright, since we're gonna be here for a while.
You know what? Disney was so fun. So for people who, sorry, I have a little like lip gloss stuck. Anyways, so for people who don't know, I went to go work at the Disney College program, which is like an internship, and I worked in the Magic Kingdom, so that was super, super fun. But Disney was an amazing experience, and Disney taught me, I think, the most like you know, I went there to be like lollygag in the parks every day, which I did do. I went to the parks every day, every single day. But I think the most fun about it was that they have an international program too. So they have like all these people, like students from all over the world, you know, who like just come from other countries just to like do exactly what I did, but instead of college, it's international. And just like learning, and I know this is gonna sound so cheesy, but learning about all these different cultures and like learning, I like learned how to say thank you. I can't remember it now, but like I learned how to say thank you in I think like 8 different languages because you spoke with so many people, and it's amazing, and like to see their view of the like, you know, I mean, it's kind of funny almost, like, but to see their view on like the world and their like the United States cultures, and to watch. There was a girl from China. This is kind of like a silly story, but there's a girl from China. She just come into the United States. It was her first time coming to the United States. And you know how, like, when, you know, you think about going to other, like, countries and, like, there's, like, here's this food, it's really, and you're like, ooh, this is kind of weird, I guess I gotta try it, you know, gotta get the full experience. She got spinach and cheese dip, and she was so scared to try it, because they don't have things like that over there, I guess. Like,
Spinach and
I
cheese
guess
dip?
not, right? Like, the spinach and, like, artichoke dip, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess it's, like, not a thing there. I never thought about that.
She was talking about cheddar or something?
Yeah, I was like...
But, like, so she's, like, looking at it, and she's like, what is that? And we're like, it's just basically beer cheese. And we're like, she's like, what is that? And we're like, it's good. Just try it. And, like, you know, we're trying to tell her, like, it's fine. It's good. It's really good. Just try it. And she's looking at us like we're crazy. And, like, I'm like, man, is that how people are going to view me if I ever go to another country? I'm like, oh, yeah, just go have it. It's like an appetizer everyone gets, you know, like, you know, without a second thought. And I'd be looking at it like,
I'm such a picky eater, like...
what? And then she never had pizza before, like flatbread pizza.
Really?
Yes. So we had like a whole like buffet basically laid out, like, cause it was like 5 or 6 of us. We just got like appetizers to share for the table, you know. And we had like flatbread and the spinach dip. She was like trying things like this, like, you know, have you seen that episode of like SpongeBob where Squidward has the Krabby Patty?
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
just eating it like that. Yeah.
like that's what she was eating it like, and then she's like, I like this. I'm like, yeah, most Americans do. And so,
That's really funny.
So that was a really amazing experience, and we saw I never saw a lot of celebrities personally, but Chris Evans came into my place of work while I was on a break. So he came into the confectionery. Actually, no, I wasn't on a break that day. What happened that day was I was scheduled to work in the confectionery, and I kind of switched out because I was like, you know, I've been in the confectionery all week. I want to like work in the store next door to it. So I'm kind of tired of like looking at cotton candy all day. And so that day, Chris Evans decided to go into the confectionery during the fireworks to get a Coke and some candy. And
was he there as Captain America, or was he?
No, he was just there hanging out, chilling. He's a huge Disney fan, and he obviously, I mean, he's a literal cast member. But he's a Disney Vacation Club member, and so he's there every all the time. And my friends got to see him walk through Hollywood Studios, and he was just chilling with his I think it was his nephew or something like that. I don't know. But that was really cool, and I was really upset. I was like, dang. The one day I was like, I don't want to work confectionery. Like, Captain freaking America comes in to oh, sorry, gotta go, just, gonna snack really quickly. Okay, see you guys later. I would have died. But, yeah.
You think you got any influence for your hula hooping from being at Disney?
Being at Disney, really inspired me to, not really hula hooping wise, but to reach out more into, other forms of the entertainment, to really try, the aerial stuff, to really, because you see a lot of entertainment there, all the time. I mean, I saw so many shows. Yeah. And, I just saw so much of it. And, I mean, when you also peek behind the curtain, something that's interesting, too, is I knew a lot of the princesses. Sorry, my 5-year-old watchers out there. I knew a lot of the princesses when they weren't princesses, if you know what I'm saying. And so getting to peek behind that curtain and, you kind of go... I don't speak for the brand or the company, by the way. I gotta say that before I get sued. There's this whole underground part of Disney, right? There's this whole underground... Everything, when you're walking on the Magic Kingdom, you are walking on the second level of an entire civilization under you.
Dang.
It's an insane thing to think about. And I'm talking, there's a gym down there. There's, 4 different cafeterias. There's there's a barber shop. There's and you walk by this room and it's just full of, I'm sorry again, Minnie and Mickey heads all hung up on the wall, and it's 500 of them, and you're walking by and you're
dang.
And then
costume heads for people to put on. Oh
yeah, and and the costume, and then you see the princesses, of course on stage they're oh, whatever, and then you walk by in the cafeteria. Elsa is over there with her her wig and stuff on, and she's just in t-shirt and sweatpants, eating her noodles. You're like, Elsa? And then she's over here talking to Aladdin, oh yeah, man, that set was rough, and you're like, this is not this is not, what? This is really weird. And then Tinkerbell, like there was one time I walked by and I looked at Tinkerbell because I was like, I mean, I got starstruck, you know, like you see I know they're not really the princesses, and you know that here, you know that here, but you don't really know that here. So they'd be walking by, like right after the parade, and you know, like they're in their, by the way, so they change out their costumes, so all they have on is like their face. So it's like, it's Ariel's face, it's Ariel's hair, it's like, you know, all of the princesses, all their face and hair, and then they're in like tracksuits, and they're walking by, and I was looking at them because I was like, oh my god, like so pretty, like, and then Ariel looks up at me and she's like, I hate when people stare at us. And I'm like, oh no, I love you, please. So yeah, so being able to kind of peek behind the curtain and like see how like things are really done. I don't want to ruin the magic for anybody, but like, and even, I mean, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like I could tell you guys a million things, but when you get there and see it, like it's still, I mean, me seeing it, it never ruined the magic for me either. So like, you know, but yeah, so that's my Disney experience.
How'd you get into that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. So honestly, you know what's so funny? It was such a last minute thing. I got drunk and applied at 3 a.m. one night, and I completely forgot that I applied because I was like at a bar and I was like talking to my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, I really want to work for Disney. This would be sick. And he was like, no, like he was so against it. Like he was like, I do not want you moving to Florida. And obviously, you know, rightfully so, but obviously like not that rightfully so. But he just wasn't wanting me to move. And it was like a drunken thought. I was like, I really want to move to Florida. And then I texted Rachel, who's like one of my other best friends. I was like, dude, what if never mind. What if I became a character performer at Disney? You know, because that's originally what I wanted to do. I was in the audition room for 10 minutes. They kicked me out so fast.
Really?
Yeah, really fast. Because I had my tattoo showing.
They thought you weren't a character.
You,
Brooke, were not a character.
I know.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? I was so sad. I drove 5 hours to be there. Like, I left my house at 2 in the morning to be there by...
I auditioned for Disney, and they were looking for Goofy. Do I look like Goofy's height?
Goofy, by the way, is like 5... No,
His height
he's
is
6...
what you were concerned about that you didn't look like.
No, so they actually have all these height requirements for their performers. So, like, to be a princess, you'd be, like, between 5'4" and 5'4" and 5'6". For Goofy, you have to be, like, 5'9" to 6'2", something like that. So they were looking... Yeah, so she was definitely chipmunk height. So, that's what I told her. I said, if you ever want to be a character performer, I think, like, Chippendale's hiring, you know? but they so you really have to be, like, the height they were looking for. I think what I found out later was they were actually looking for... the Fab 5 character performer, so like Mickey, Minnie, you have to be like 4'11" to 5'2", something like that. Clearly, I'm not that height. And then Donald and Daisy are about like her height, same with Chip and Dale, and then Goofy's like 6 foot basically. So, anyways, so how I got into it though was I just applied overnight and I completely forgot. I did it like a drunken whim, and then I woke up one day like a week later. It was like, your application has been like, you know, like we want to put you in for an interview. You've moved on. I'll just finish it up because it's a quick story after that. But then I just found out like they sent me an email saying like, congratulations, you've been approved for an interview. And I was like, an interview for what? Oh crap! Like, oh dang. And so immediately I had to get kind of like my stuff together to hopefully put on a good interview, and I guess they liked me enough to bring, so I had to go through 2, they have the computer interview, you know, and then they call you like for another interview after that, and they liked me enough, so I guess they brought me on, and that was pretty cool.
That's really awesome.
But yeah, so that was a really good time. And then actually that's also the Disney experience is how me and her became friends again too, so this is another interesting story. Here you go.
Yeah, I was going to ask how y'all met.
Well, we met in high school. Well, no, actually, we met in middle school.
We went to Luna together, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go to, what school? Did you go to Brennan?
Mm-hmm. She was a grade above us.
I see.
So she was class 2015.
Yeah, I thought I recognized you, but I didn't remember you specifically.
I was like everywhere in high school. I was on the drill team. I was like gonna do dance team. I was on dance company, pep squad, like everything.
We were not everywhere in high school.
I was
started,
like everywhere.
If y'all haven't heard of it, I started the Board Gamers Club.
Ooh.
If you haven't heard of it.
What?
If you haven't heard of it. It's a big hit.
Yeah, I started it and there was like 15 people in it, and then when I graduated, now there's like 50 or like 100 people. It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't even talk to the instructor anymore.
I was
Like,
like,
whatever.
I didn't know it blew up like that.
It blew up, dude. You know
You went
how
to that
everyone
football
says
game,
Lord
right?
Brother?
What
Yeah.
football?
He
It
goes,
was Brendan, right?
It's huge now. And I just feel good about that.
Yeah, she went to a football game and there was like hoopers.
Yeah.
Really?
It was the Brennan drill team. I wasn't there for Brennan. My brother goes to O'Connor, so it was the O'Connor Brennan game. So I was like, oh, I gotta go watch this. Like, I gotta go be there. And yeah, so they had a whole new drill team, like a whole new thing, I guess. And they had hula hoops, and I was like freaking out. I was like, I was snapping her.
How we rekindled our friendship. We met in middle school, like online first, and then we hung out. And then our first like time performing together, we did a White Chicks routine.
Talent show 2015, I think, something like that. I don't know.
But then we kind of just like drifted apart, became adults, got jobs, the sad stuff. But so I went through a really terrible breakup. So I was like, what would like make me feel better? So I instantly bought a trip to go take myself to Disney to make myself happy.
And keep in mind, we hadn't spoken really like consistently in like years at this point.
And it was my first time visiting Disney, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna celebrate a breakup. And then
Go to Universal Studios.
yeah, and she was like, hey, I heard you're coming to town. Like, I can take you to. I was going to Universal Studios, for part of it, and then I wanted to go to Disney for a day. And she was like, I have like a ticket for Disney, and I was like, yes.
I had so many free tickets that I had like nothing to do with because my family wasn't coming to see me for like a really long time. And I saw she was coming into town, and like I was like, well, first I asked, I was like, hey, how long are you gonna be in town for? And she was like, I'm just here for like 1 full day and then 2 like half days. And I was like, do you wanna go to Disney? I have 2 tickets. If Taylor wanna come, I can pick you up from the airport. We can go. So that's exactly what happened. And then it was so fun. And I took them all around. I got them their fast passes.
I would not have known what to do without her. Like, it was so huge.
Wow.
Did you see?
Yeah.
You see a lot of gators out there? They're,
No.
Not personally.
When I was out there, they were everywhere.
Really?
All the fences are like this because they'll climb it.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
No, I didn't know that. Like, I was on the ship, like the ship that takes you into like Disney, and or was
The
it
Seven Seas Lagoon. I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Or
And
not
I was
Seven
like,
Seas, I'm sorry.
man.
It was that one, but yeah.
All the gators in the water, yeah.
I was like, I just really want to jump in and swim because it's Disney, and I was all happy, and she's like,
And me and Taylor look at her and we're like,
Were you there when that kid got eaten?
I wasn't there.
I
That
didn't
was-
know
I
about
was-
that.
was like a year.
I was
before
there.
that. Oh my god.
We saw the helicopters like looking.
Oh
in
my
the
god.
water
So
for
she
his
didn't even
body.
know that had happened.
I didn't even know there were gators in there.
So I was
just
like,
man.
Devin, and Taylor kind of leans in, who's another one of our really good friends. She's like, Devin, you know about that boy, right? Like maybe because we were passing through like right by by the Grand Floridian too, and because Devin's over here like I just want to jump in.
It's Disney water.
And, and Taylor's like,
You should bottle it and sell it.
and Devin was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? What happened? And you're like, you know, the boy. Like, we didn't want to say it too loud because we're in public, and we're at Disney.
I was so crushed.
And we were like,
freaking
there's
crushed.
gators in there. She's like, seriously? And we're like, did you not hear about that story? Like, the boy, I'm getting drunk under. And she was like, what? Like, you would have thought we just told her puppy had died.
Dude,
She
I
was
live
like-
under a rock.
She was like, what?
I was like, dude, how does that happen? Like, I could never like imagine that at Disney. Like, it's so sad.
When we were out there for that, and also we were out there for when that gay bar got shot up.
Yeah,
We're out there for
it was the
both.
same, like, it was like the
And
same,
we were like,
was it the same
might
year or
just-
something like that? Within the same
yeah,
year?
like in the same week.
Yeah, oh my
We
god.
were there for
Jeez.
both of them, yeah, in the same week, and we were like, might just stay in the hotel.
Dang.
There was a lot of worry about targeting. I remember I had friends who did the DCP during that year too, and because a lot of people who do the DCP or kind of like go and work as interns, they come back.
What does DCP stand for?
Oh, Disney College Program, sorry.
Oh.
A lot of
that's
people,
cool.
they come back, because they're like, oh my god, I had so much fun, like, last year, I'm gonna come back and do it again. So I had some people who were there during that time, and they said it was, like, really scary during that time, because they were, like, they didn't, like, because there were so many things happening around Disney, that they were like, what's gonna happen in Disney? But Disney has some, like, really legit security, and, it's just, yeah, Disney has, like, really legit security, so, I mean, anything that happens, they can take it down really fast, Or where they can like sniff it out. There was actually one time, funny story, sorry. This will be like a quick 5-minute story, like maybe even less. There was one time we were going to, there's, if you've been to Disney, you guys have heard the Boardwalk Resort, right?
Yeah.
It was either the Boardwalk or Beach and Yacht Club. It was one of those two, but we were driving by to go get some ice cream at one of those hotels. And there was like all these cop cars, helicopters, like all this like SWAT team stuff. Like all this stuff. And we're like, what the heck is going on? You know, like, and it was just like everywhere you looked, it was like cherry lights, you know, like cherry's berry lights, you know, the blue and red. And like there was a helicopter, and we were like, well, what is going on? And I was keeping up with the Orange County like Sheriff Department, and they were being so quiet about it. And it was like it was so crazy, and we were driving through. And then they're like, oh, we just thought maybe somebody had a gun. I was like, don't lie. You guys just took down the Russian mafia, didn't you? Like, I know you. Like, there's no way.
Have a gun?
So they said that they thought that someone looked like they might have had a gun. That was what they ended up, like, explaining it. I was like, so you're telling me you had a SWAT team, a helicopter, and all this stuff because you thought that maybe? No, there's something deeper going on. There's something crazier going on. So that was like... So we came up with all these theories that there was like some kind of like mafia takedown there or something. I don't know.
What if you just saw someone?
Rational.
What if you just saw
Assumption
someone
to make.
dressed as Mickey just like getting arrested?
Man.
Dude, the kids would be so traumatized.
I'd be traumatized.
You're
adult.
traumatized as an adult.
Yes. Like, not Mickey, please.
Could any of them? Elsa, like tacklers.
Disney's so crazy too. They have all these code words, so you'll never know what's like really going on in the park. You know, like
I've heard about that.
they have all these. I can't remember. Like I know a couple. Like where like code Alpha was like someone is having like a heart attack and dying, and they need like an EMT like immediately. But they're so calm. Like you don't ever hear about that. Like I can't tell you how many times in a day. Like I heard like backstage about everything that's happened in the day, and you just never hear about it because they're like so like. Like it's just it's insane. Like the level of secrecy that goes on in that place, it's like it's a little scary. I have a lot of thoughts after like working there. I still love it, but like I was like, y'all have something else going on here. But yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, what are y'all like most looking forward to in the future with y'all's like business and y'all's friendship and all that?
We're gonna go back to Disney together. We decided we're gonna go on a whole girls trip. That's one thing, definitely. We have a lot of other things we want to talk about. That I've been doing a lot of talking.
So we're planning on opening like a bunch of cool stuff, and we can't really talk about it because we want to keep it kind of under wraps. But
yeah,
we're just really excited to grow as a business, and the fact that we've had like so many people just join our classes from like a bunch of different countries and stuff. Like we have such diversity, and it's been incredible, and we're just really excited, and we want to celebrate at Disney all the time. We just want to be like good enough to go to Disney all the time. But yeah, no, we're just really excited to grow as a company.
Yeah.
We're doing really well so far.
So where can people follow you to keep up with the announcements that you're not able to tell?
So you can follow us at CerceauSisters or CerceauSistersEntertainment.com, and it's CERCEAU Sisters.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Instagram, not Twitter yet.
Instagram, Facebook, and then YouTube as well. We kind of have a couple videos.
TikTok, we just made TikTok.
All these will be in the link in the description. Links in the description. You have like a link tree or something?
We do, yes.
Okay, cool.
So we'll send that
Yeah,
to you.
it'll just be down there. You can go follow all them. And all right. So as you can see, I don't have a banner up for season 2, but
Wait a minute. Closing thoughts from you guys. How are y'all? Are y'all excited for season 2?
I am. I haven't co-hosted before, but I did like it. I have actually a really exciting episode coming up. It might be the next one or the one after. I don't want to give away what it is, but for a little hint, it's
Chris Evans.
It's not going to be in studio.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be a fun one. I've been trying to plan this for a long time, and it's finally gonna work. So I know I'm filming it on February 10th, so it'll probably be out the Saturday after February 10th, whatever that is.
Antonio, closing thoughts.
Unless February 10th, like
Just
a
kidding.
Friday, it's not gonna be edited in one day. So yeah, that's exciting. And we've both been trying to get a little more consistent with our real life creations now. Our business, we've been trying to get more consistent with that this year, because last year we kind of everything going on, fell off.
Life
a little bit.
happens.
But we've been making some moves already.
Yeah, I'm just happy you're getting on some really interesting people, man. Like, everyone you've gotten on, they're really cool.
Yeah, I'm really picky about it. I don't want to just get random people on and just like I want people that have interest, like people that have like drive and like something.
No,
to
yeah,
them.
I'm excited to see.
Oh, well then we should probably go.
So, but that being said, I do need guests for the season. So if you want to be on it, if you have a talent or a specific business or something, you can contact me at on my podcast page or my personal or whatever, and we'll explore that. But as I said, I don't have the banner up anymore. I have this now. I thought this was a little more portable and easier to keep for each season. So we're gonna have them sign this. A new logo too, by the way. First signatures. You guys can write either just your business name or each of your individual names. Doesn't really matter.
I want purple.
Okay.
I want blue.
And as they do that, I still have the quote of the day every day. Every time I go on, at the end I go on Twitter,
Perfect.
look up the quote of the day, and I save a bunch of them. That's Snapchat. That's not even. So let's see what today says.
I'm nervous.
When love and skill work together, expect a masterpiece.
We love that.
That applies perfectly. To you.
We stand that.
Perfect.
Sorry, we stand that. I was all eating the mic. I'm sorry.
I think we all stand that.
We stand it.
We stand a healthy queen. Yes.
Keep that in mind, especially in these trying times. Life is difficult right now. So,
Definitely.
Okay.
first signatures of season 2. And also, we're working out. Antonio is going to be on the podcast a lot more this season as a co-host, and we're working out a set. So if you like this set better, let me know. If you like this conversation style, or if you like the table, or whatnot, because we're going to be experimenting with some different things. So just bear with us.
If you guys want to hear more Disney content, vote to bring us back on. I have tons of stories. I'm just kidding. Oh my god.
All right. Bam. There you go. First signatures right there. Season
Garrett,
2.
Antonio, it's been a pleasure. We've had so much fun being on here with you guys and seeing you guys again. It's been literally years since I've seen you. It's been, I think, 2 years. 2019. Okay, maybe just a year and a half since I've seen you.
Thank you, guys.
This is our first time meeting you.
Yes, it is.
Officially.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
really
you
excited.
for being on. Thank you for not being awkward.
And if you guys have lost respect because we're a little weird, then I'm so sorry about that. We apologize to everyone in the audience.
All right. Thank you for watching the first episode of season 2, and we hope to see you in the rest of season 2. Get your head in the frame. All right. You guys have a good one.